Do-rag wisdom, ladies and gentlemen, and please welcome to Earth Date Y2K 20.05.20. And just remember too, fake Senate impeachment trial, no vindication, no adjudication, no exoneration, repeat. I wear this hat, by the way, in honor of Teddy, the poor, beleaguered, brave Teddy from Westworld. If you watch that remake of Westworld on HBO, this hat's dedicated to him. And the thing about a guy that wears a hat like this and has glasses, kind of incongruous. The calendar behind me, the flying eyes, I want to talk to you about that calendar sometime before the end of the month. It's very, that calendar, believe it or not, I can't believe that it's actually on a calendar. And the mystery behind this and why it's so important to me, I'm sure it's going to keep a lot of you up at night trying to figure this out. I'll let you know at the end of the month. Please bear with me, folks, regarding broadcasts. I will do my best to keep you all informed and maybe entertained. I do repeat this quite a bit, but there will be no vaccine for 18 months, maybe more, maybe less. Do not listen to the advice of these Trumpist governors if you happen to be living in a state ruled by them. Without a vaccine, life as we know it will not be going back to normal. In fact, we will still be dealing with this under a new president. Hopefully, not Nazi Trump. Scientific experts are saying that we can have more than 100,000 deaths in our country before August. We already have around 94,000 people have died. And there's blood on this creep's hands. This monster we have in the White House, there's blood on his little hands. I saw my wife crying today because someone else she knew died of this. And I hope that none of us who are still alive die right now, especially while Turd Trump is president. Something's going to kill us eventually. But may it not be this time. May it not be by this disease. And may it not be while this creep is president of our freaking country! Music tonight, A Man Called Horse, by the late great Leonard Rosenman, who was born in Brooklyn in 1922. The only promise that everyone should have paid close attention to when Trader Trump bragged that he could shoot anyone he wanted to on Fifth Avenue in New York City and get away with it. That's what we should have listened to. I did. I knew then he was a sociopath. Thanks to our falling into a dumb reality show haze, Trump managed to win the Y2K16 election and has now been shooting our entire nation on Pennsylvania Avenue and getting away with it. If only the 93,000 plus Americans who have died from CV-19 could stand up and charge this creep with murder. It will be up to us, the living, to get justice for them. I am not surprised by the tragedy we now find ourselves in. When Trump bragged about being able to shoot people on Fifth Avenue, he was speaking as a bona fide sociopath. And you never give a sociopath any quarter, any privilege, because he or she will use any opportunity to get away with even murder. Our task, then, must be to band together and to eject the Trump fiend from our lives on Election Day. In the meantime, his enablers have allowed the monster to release all of his nefarious powers to destroy our nation. Over 93,000 people dead because of this bastard's incompetence. Remember the fake impeachment trial that was run by Trumpist Republicans in our Senate? By refusing to rightfully charge the Trump fiend, they emboldened him. Democrats like Adam Schiff and Chuck Schumer warned our nation what would happen if the Senate exonerates the sociopath. He would then be unbound to do anything that he wishes, including the shooting, mugging, and murder of our nation. If allowed to remain in office for another term, Trump will complete the task that was appointed him, and there will be no United States of America. There was another president in recent memory who wanted to be an imperial king, and that was Richard Nixon. Thankfully, he resigned even before he could be impeached. And the result was that our nation was determined to protect itself from future presidents who would attempt the same thing. The Congress back then created an independent group of inspectors generals whose task would be to investigate wrongdoing of any or all of our public officials, especially in the federals. These vital public servants have been with us for more than 45 years. I would say by this year it's going to be their 46th anniversary, but you could correct me if I'm wrong. And now we do have another evil creep in our White House, who this time, not unlike Nixon, has refused to step down for his crimes. And unlike Nixon, Trump has enough enablers to allow him to continue eating us alive. The Senate, our Senate, under the control of this bastard sociopath. A sociopath unbound in our White House is perhaps the greatest tragedy to hit our land. In the years since Traitor Trump has been in our Oval Office, he has undermined our Constitution, our judicial system, and our rule of law. And now that the sociopath has been falsely vindicated by the corrupt GOP Trumpist Senate, he has been hard at work undoing all the laws that protect us from creeps like him. And so, in the weeks we've been under lockdown because of CV-19, it's 2 months now, folks. We've been locked up for 2 months. This creature Trump has been busy every Friday getting rid of one or more inspector general after another so he can create opportunities to feed his slob face with even more power. Inspectors General's purpose are to protect our laws and to call the powerful to account. And Trump and his gang of cesspool refuse are using our vulnerability during this pandemic to undo it all. First to go was Michael Atkinson of the intelligence community because he handled the complaint by the whistleblower in the Ukrainian scandal. A sociopath likes his revenge served cold. And of course, Atkinson would be replaced by a lackey. Next to go was Mitch Bem, hope I pronounced that correctly, of the Transportation Department. Bem was tasked with overseeing the implementation of the $2.4 trillion coronavirus relief packages passed by Congress. The money. Traitor Trump and his fellow thugs do not want anyone but them to control where this vital money goes. Glenn Fine of the Defense Department was going to oversee how stimulus payments would be used. Nazi thug, birther, bastard, racist fiend Trump had other ideas for that money. Goodbye, Glenn Fine. Next up, Inspector General Christy Grimm of Health and Human Services, who just had to be let go because she revealed the shortages of supplies hospitals across our nation were experiencing because of the ineptitude of the Trump response, including the lack of PPE. As far as the Trump fiend is concerned, we will all stay healthy as long as we listen to his happy talk. Happy, 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 happy talk. How you gonna find your dream come true? If you don't have a dream, if we don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? And Steve Linick, Inspector General of the State Department, had to go because he was investigating the corrupt Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who was bound and determined to grant to the murderers of Jamal Khashoggi, Saudi Arabia, millions in military aid without letting anyone in our Congress know, or the like. The revenge and firings will continue as long as the sociopath is unbound. The undermining of our rule of law will continue, so Trump and his cursed family become imperial rulers working with Putin. Then his malignant law will rule our land. I have to hope that come election day, everyone who goes to vote in person or by mail hates the Trump treasonous bastard as much as I do, or we are simply freaking doomed.